Wanted coming to you live from my kitchen. I thought I would show everybody the stromboli I'm going to make tonight. If you all saw, I made the sweet potato fries earlier. They are pretty good and crunchy. So I will post a recipe for those later on. But what I wanted to show you is I'm making stromboli. And if you've checked out our air fryer, there is a recipe in here for stromboli, and I'm going to follow it to a T. So what I've done so far is I just have a regular pizza dough crust, and I have used our roller here and just rolled it out. And I actually have it the size of our large cutting mats, so it's a perfect size. So I've rolled it out, and then I have used some Italian seasoning that I've put over it. And now the recipe says that you are ready to go ahead and put on whatever ingredients you want. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut it here, and let me grab a knife. I forgot to get a knife. So we're going to cut it in half here. And what I'm going to do is, my husband, he loves pepperoni. I love Canadian bacon. So you can use whatever ingredients you want. So I'm just going to cut it in half. And then next what we are going to do is we are just going to put on our ingredients. So the recipe doesn't call for marinara sauce, and just so you know, it can be any pizza sauce, marinara sauce. I actually got this at Aldi's. It's pretty cheap, but whatever you want. I'm going to put just a little bit of marinara sauce just because I like that flavor. But the recipe does not call for it, just so you know. And you can make this to have whatever you like. If you've got kids that love different things on it, by all means just do it. This is your recipe, so play with it however you like. We just give you some basic ingredient instructions for you to use. So I'm just going to put a little bit on here. So again, I am using Canadian bacon. So I'm just going to put Canadian bacon all over these here. Let's see here. And I just purchased some regular Canadian bacon from the store and some pepperoni. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, just whatever you want. I have not tried chicken yet, but I hear like a chicken pizza is really good. If I had some pineapple, I would make me a Hawaiian pizza because I just love Hawaiian pizza. So I have my Canadian bacon there, and then on my husband's here, the recipe calls for about 40 pieces of pepperoni, but you can put however many you like. So we're just going to throw them on here, and hopefully I measured out enough pepperoni. So the next thing we are going to do is we're going to put some cheese on. Oh, I have a little bit of pepperoni left. So how's everybody doing this evening? I hope you're having a fun Friday night. Everybody is virus free, hopefully. So I have some mozzarella cheese, Parmesan cheese. It's really whatever cheese you want. So I'm just going to put a little bit of each on both of them. And you could really go cheese crazy if you want. When we made this the other day, we put way too much cheese, and cheese was going all over the place. But who cannot have enough cheese, right? Okay, so we're about done here. Of course, you could always add cheese at the end as well. Whenever you get it done, you can put a little bit on top to melt it. Okay. Best thing about our flexible cutting mats is you can bend them. All right, so we got those done. So the next thing I'm going to do is, the recipe does not call for this, and we love an olive tapenade. So I have in our, we call it the MFP, that's our manual food processor. I have cut up a bunch of green olives and black olives. We just love it. So I'm going to put on a little bit of olives all over our pizza. So, and again, make this to however you want. This would be really fun if you had some kids and they wanted to make their own pizzas. Great time to teach kids how to cook themselves in the kitchen. Okay. You know, we could probably eat all these olives on this, but I think we're done. So, these are going to be some awesome strombolis here. I always call them pizzas because to me they taste like pizzas. But, okay, so the next thing we're going to do, as the recipe calls here, is it says we are going to roll it up into a log. So, as you see, we're just going to roll it up. Whoopsie. Got that cut just right. Okay, we're going to roll it up here. And then you're just going to basically kind of tuck the ends because you don't want your ingredients coming out. So we're going to tuck it here. And then we're just going to make 5 little slits here. Just we need some little bit of ventilation for these. Okay, and I'm going to roll mine up here. These are so simple, so quick, so easy. All right, I think I got mine a little too full here. I'm a little bit crazy on the cheese and the olives. Okay, we're just going to tuck the ends again. You just don't want anything falling out. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we've got our slits. The next thing we're going to do is we're just going to put a little bit more Italian seasoning on it. And you can use any seasoning. I am actually out of our Pampered Chef Italian seasoning. Ours is awesome, but I am out. So we are just going to use whatever we got. So the last thing I think I am going to do is we are going to cover our cooking trays with some parchment paper, and then we're going to lightly spritz some oil over it. So I'm going to put those on the trays here. And then we are going to set them into our air fryer. So let me get our parchment paper out. Sorry about that. I should have had this all ready here. What is everybody cooking tonight? Everybody want to give me a shout out on what you're cooking? Or maybe you've already had supper. So just a little bit of parchment paper. And I don't know if you know this, but if you've never used an air fryer before, they actually have some really special parchment paper that you can buy that has holes in them. Because as you know, with an air fryer, it likes to move all of the air around while it is cooking. And these parchment papers have little holes in them. So it's pretty nifty. Okay. So I am just going to transfer our strombolis over. Oh, hold it here. I do want to spritz it a little bit with some oil because that will help that so that it does not stick. So if anybody has ever used our spritzers before, let me just burp it here. We always say burp it when you're storing it. So I have just some olive oil in here. You could use anything you want. And we are just going to spritz our parchment paper so that our strombolis does not stick. Who wants to have sticking strombolis? Okay, here. All right. So now we are just going to transfer our strombolis over here. I think my husband's is a little bit bigger than mine. Okay. All right, so we've got our strombolis on both. And you know what? We are going to go ahead, since we're going to cook these, we are going to put the slits and the seasoned side down on the parchment paper. I did forget about that. And I'll show you later what it looks like, but we are going to go ahead and do this. All righty. Okay, so my husband is behind me, or actually behind you, and he is going to help me get everything in here. So we're going to position the tray on the bottom rack, and let's see here, just a second here. My husband's going to move here, just a second. He's going to kind of come around here. So here is our air fryer, And I still have a little bit of dirty in here, but that's fine. It's from our sweet potato fries. So I'm going to place both of the Strombilis in here. Actually, you know what? I am going to put these on one because I really don't have to use two different trays. So you know what? I think I'm going to alter that. They are a little bit big, but I think I can get them on there. Let's see here. I always alter my recipes just a little bit. So it says position the tray on the bottom rack. So we want to put it on the bottom just because we do not want to burn them. Okay, so we have it closed. I'm a little greasy here. So we're going to turn the wheel to select bake. Oops, sorry about that. My hands are still greasy again. So when you turn the wheel, I don't know if you can see this here, but there are 6 different custom settings here. We have air fry, bake, roast, rotisserie, reheat, and dehydrate. We are going to turn it on to, just as the instructions say, we are going to turn it on to bake here. Whoops. So we're going to turn it to where our blue light is setting on bake. Okay. And then we're going to press the wheel. And at this point, we are going to adjust it to the 14 minutes, just as it says. And at this point, if we press the wheel, we could adjust, if we wanted to, the temperature, but it's going to go ahead and go at 350 degrees. So at this point, it is going to go for 7 minutes. And whenever you set this timer on, it automatically knows to adjust it halfway through if you need to rotate your food. So in 7 minutes, it's going to beep at me, it's going to remind me, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it around and then let it go the rest of the 14 minutes, and I'll come back here and show you our finished recipe. Hey, by the way, let me know what you all are having for dinner this evening. Talk to you soon. Bye.